Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Attila Western Roman Empire campaign. So as you can see, we are on the cusp of battle against a rather large force of Picts. I went ahead at the end of my last recording session and advanced the turn that we had left up on. And the Picts along Hadrian's Wall decided to attack my legion garrison there, under the command of Secundus Malleus Scaevola. So he's going to be fighting roughly double his numbers in Celtic troops here. For the most part, they are rather unarmored, so we do have a distinct quality advantage, but they are, again, twice our number, so things could get very ugly. We are fortified, and we have been for several turns, so we should have fortifications set up to help defend ourselves with. We also have quite a few pikes to help hold the line, especially at the various choke points that our forts will have, so hopefully they can do the job fairly well. We will need to watch out for their archers though, because they do outnumber our ballistari, although only slightly. It looks like they have 5 archers. Yeah, I believe I'm counting that right. So 5 archers to our 4 ballistari, and then we may actually have them on cavalry, interestingly enough. We do, yes. So I've learned my lesson from our last little fort battle. I'm not going to waste my cavalry early. I'm going to hold them in reserve and use them to deal with enemy ranged troops. They don't have any artillery, so that's not really a concern. We just need to make sure that their archers and their skirmishers don't do a bunch of damage to my pikes. That's really the only thing we need to worry about here. That and just outright being overwhelmed. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive on into this one. Alright, so I've started the battle with all of my troops deployed in the center of the fort here, because with this fog I can't actually see where the enemy is or where they're coming from. So until I know, I don't want to deploy any troops to any particular direction, because I may need to shift them all the way across to the other side of the base or something. What I have done though is I have set up the various extra fortifications that we have on the two, I guess it would be the eastern and western ends of the fort. So we have stakes as well as giant caltrops on either end here, just because I have to put them somewhere, or otherwise I don't get to use them, and I figure that way if they attack on one side, at least then I don't have to worry about them kind of working their way around the corners so much, and then I can just, you know, focus all my efforts on the 2 entrances on whatever side they decide to attack from. Because they have deployed such a large army though, they may be able to attack from multiple fronts, so we'll certainly see. But let's get this going, and hopefully we will get a bearing on them soon enough. Okay, so they just got reinforced from the northwest. This is really annoying that I can't see where they are. One of you... Hold on, give me some cavalry over here. I'm going to put a cavalry unit at each entrance, and hopefully be able to see a bit further. We'll see how that goes, but I just want to make sure I can actually see them approaching. Okay, so they're coming from that way, or at least one unit is. I'm going to take a unit of Auxilia Palatina and set them up right there. And it looks like the other one is coming from this side. Okay. In that case, let's take a unit of Manalatoy Pikes and we'll line them up in that entrance. And let's see, which one was that? Hold on, no, let's put you over here. It's a shorter walk. Let's stretch you. How far do we, or how deep do we want this formation? Probably something like that. And then what legio is closest to you? We'll have them deploy right behind in something like that. And then we'll take the Manalatoy on this side and we'll deploy them over here. Again, trying to keep decent formation depth, but we want to make sure we're covering that entire opening. And then we'll put the legio behind them like so. And I'm going to hold everything else in reserve until I know exactly what I'm dealing with. Although, let's see, let's take you two. I'm going to set you up. Don't want to do that. Here we go. Set you up like so. I'm going to do flaming bolts because they are light armored troops that we're dealing with for the most part. So those will be just a little bit more effective, and then we'll do the same right here. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so yes, it does look like they're attacking strictly from those two sides. I'm not seeing any archers deploying on that one. But let's do something like this. You guys go ahead and start heading out that way as well. And I'm going to send you... Don't go that way, go this way, because if they go out to the south, or not the south, excuse me, whatever direction that is, they will destroy the stakes over there. So we don't want them to do that. And I appear to be missing a cavalry unit. Where did they go? Oh, they're stuck in that Legio. Okay. Yeah, right over here. Okay. It looks like they are going to maybe get around to this side, so let's deploy some Manalatoid pikes over there, just to ensure that nobody sneaks through, and then we'll put the Legio behind them as we've done on the other sides. I don't think they'll be able to get around to this one, or I don't think they'll attempt to get around to that one. Man, I hate this fog. So let's see. What is that unit? Oh, okay, so they're hitting us from multiple sides. In that case, you will need to deploy over here. Why are you being weird? There we go. Yeah, let's get you pikemen over here. Legio, I want you right behind them. And then, I don't know where I'm going to deploy you guys yet. I guess I'll put you here, just in case. I should have gotten you into Testudo first, but it looks like these Celtic band got pretty torn up on the approach anyways. They did charge into a bunch of caltrops and stakes. Plus we have Ballistari firing on them. You've got somewhere to go, you've got somewhere to go. You guys are raining hell on them, that's good. Cavalry is deploying. We need to find their archers and take them out. So you guys need to start coming this way. That was supposed to be both of you. There we go. Yeah, start coming this way and then work your way over here. Kind of a roundabout path, but I'm trying to avoid the enemy as best I can. And then, let's see, let's have you go one way and you go the other. Okay, that works. And I think they might have some archers over there as well. We will certainly find out. They have a couple more archers somewhere. The question just becomes where. You guys are not expending your ammo quickly enough. Please do that faster, and then I'll charge you in. Don't let them run you down, please. You know what? If they're going to attack you, since they are faster, just fight them. Alright, that is where most of their archers are. So let's try to keep our cavalry safe over there so that we can engage. These guys are going to charge my pikes. These guys should be untouched. How are we doing over here? It looks like the pikes are holding. These ones could be doing better. For whatever reason, the Legio just really take their sweet time with... Oops, wrong direction. Really take their sweet time with firing or throwing their stuff. Yeah, you hang out right there until those archers... till those archers are alone. Let's have you guys go deal with that one. And then I think I'm going to take you. Let's commit you over here. You can stay there for now. You know what? No, let's get you over here as well. Something like that. And you guys can shift a little bit further. You can spread out a little bit more. That's a 2-on-1 against their cavalry, but I want to make sure those archers die as well. How are we doing over here? The pikes are doing alright. The Legio seem to be doing okay. These units are dying in droves. They also have a general there, so once we finish the cavalry battle on this side, we're going to want to probably throw ourselves in behind can I please select you? There we go. For some reason, the rubber band box selection doesn't seem to work very well most of the time. We did lose a cavalry unit. I think they got swallowed up after they engaged them, although they did take a good chunk out of them. Let's see. What are you firing at? Are you firing? I guess is a better question, because that might have been an absolute waste. I don't know. Let's see. You guys appear to have won, so can you come kill that general for me, or at least help kill it? And I guess if you guys aren't doing anything over there, let's deploy you over here, where you can actually help. I'm going to shift you a little bit, and then we'll shift you a bit as well. Who? Oh, yikes. Right. Can you light these guys up then? Because I don't want to have to commit anybody else to that side. Yeah, I should have gotten them in Testudo. Not having them in Testudo, I think, ended up being the death of them. Over here, we're doing okay. I can't move them, though. Let's see. I don't think... Do they have any cavalry back here? Oh, yes, they do. In that case, just kind of follow closely. Not too close. Once you guys have dealt with the general, which you just did, let's redeploy you over here. And yeah, for whatever reason, when I select stuff, it doesn't seem to be working properly. Yeah, do it. Because these guys can handle the other ones on this side. Okay, so that group is defeated. That entire side, essentially. Now we need to deal with the latter group to enter the battle. Where did their cavalry go? That's a cavalry unit. Let's go ahead and run after them. They may still have another one in the fog, unless it was this one and it broke. But let's kill this unit, and then we may try to pull these guys into melee combat. I don't know if that's a smart idea, but we'll go for it. Let's see. Keep moving. Let's have you join in over there. How the hell did they get through? I guess they just pushed right past. You guys need to jump in on that. You're welcome to join as well. But pikes, hold your ground. You come stand over here. You're welcome to join in on this too. Ah, you're just standing there, damn it. Come on. Kill something. Why is it not selecting them? There we go. Alright, you need to back out of that. And then it's just a matter of like running these guys down. We're gonna lose that one too. What a shame. Yeah, come over here and help us out with these. You can redeploy to there. Let's see, Legio. Honestly, this fight's over, so I don't think you really need to help out. Yeah, I mean, they're all going to break in a second, so we just need to get them. Did the artillery do anything? Apparently used all its ammo. I don't even remember which way I faced it. Kind of forgot about it, to be honest. Well, there's our victory, so I'm going to run down as many of these units as I can, and I will see you guys in a second. Alright, so taking a look at the numbers here, we basically slaughtered this entire army. They still have a couple of units left here and there. This warlord's unit is essentially still fully intact. But the other two warlords were killed, as were most of their men. What remains is mostly Celtic levies. There's a few woodrunners and bowmen and things like that. But in total, they deployed about 4,200 men and lost nearly, well actually not nearly, over 3,500. For what is essentially, I think, like 80% casualties? Something like that. No, more than that, actually. Because that would be... like, what, 5 times 7? So, 5/6 of their army? Does that sound right? Possibly. 6 times 7 is 42. Yeah, something like that. So, they'd have a sixth of their army left. Whereas, we lost about a quarter of ours. And most of that was actually cavalry and these spear units that didn't fare that well. The general didn't get a scratch on him, but he never actually fought. The pikes did pretty well, all things considered. It looks like 150 kills was about the average there. The Legio kind of varied a little bit more, but two of these guys, I mean, 2 deaths and 209 kills is pretty substantial. And then these guys, despite taking pretty heavy casualties, killed more than double the amount of men they deployed. The Ballistari did hot and cold, I guess. Yeah, I mean, this one, 225 kills. But these other ones were, you know, kind of middling. Cavalry was hit and miss. Wow, almost 400 with these guys. I really love those Germanic Warband. This is the one I think that got caught in combat with the other cavalry unit and was nearly wiped out. And the catapults, or the onagers, or whatever, did virtually nothing. We're going to take the replenishment here, and we'll probably follow up this attack here with a counteroffensive, because we were going to start pushing into their territory to try to subjugate them. So they've actually given me a great opportunity to do that here, because whatever's left of their army is going to get squashed next turn, and then we can push into their territory and go after their only town. Alright, so it looks like we have another battle on our hands. Now, the Franks have really screwed us here. You may recall at the end of last episode, I mobilized a legion to aid them in taking the capital of Frisia, where they had 2 armies, you know, sort of ready to go. And they, I don't know what happened, but the Geats defeated both of their armies and sent them back into my territory, no less. You can actually see one of their defeated armies in the background here at Colonia Agrippina. And yes, they've been badly defeated. So my legion was left essentially alone, well, it is alone, out in enemy territory where I have no idea who these guys are, because again, the names aren't working. I don't remember if they're like the Rugians or something, but they've given us trouble in the past. Anyways, they've decided to attack us, and there is a group of Geats reinforcing. We are again outnumbered, not as bad this time. However, this legion, for whatever reason, doesn't appear to be at full strength. They're actually down a cavalry unit. Let's see. This is 7. So we have 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, for whatever reason, we're not at a full 20. And the cavalry in this unit is not particularly great. But regardless of that, wait, I have an extra Legio unit in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we are short 1 unit. Anyways, they, being this army, actually have Germanic spearmen who have chainmail armor. They're not like levies where they're mostly unarmored. So that could prove problematic, although in terms of offensive capability, the spears aren't going to count for much. Our pikes should be able to hold them back. These guys are mostly unarmored, but again, the numbers are going to count for a lot here because we are not fortified. So we'll see how this goes, but it's going to be a much tougher fight than that last one was. Alright, so I've deployed myself up in like not quite the corner of the map, but definitely up to the north part of it, where we are on a slight incline. Where are they coming in from? Yeah, because I was concerned about that. I didn't know where the enemy reinforcements would be coming from. So I wanted to make sure that I would be able to take them on regardless of, you know, where they came in. Although it did give them kind of a shitty deployment for us, because that would have come in behind us if we deployed anywhere else. Which isn't accurate. They didn't have me surrounded, so the fact that they were able to deploy like that is kind of BS, but what can you do? I also appear to not have a general. I don't know why that is, but my Auxilia Palatina unit is considered the general right now. So we're just going to have to kind of live with that. Because of where they've deployed, I'm actually going to back myself off a little bit and sort of settle into this corner. That way, if these guys decide to make a beeline straight for us, I can deal with it. Generally, what the AI does is they gather their forces in one area first to consolidate, and then they attack. And so what I would usually do is I would try to meet one of the smaller armies and defeat it first before they're able to gather, and then turn my attention to the other one. In this situation, though, because this map is so rough and the visibility is so bad, I don't think that we would effectively be able to do that. So I am reluctant to even try. Again, I can't really see the forces either, so I don't know which one is the superior force. Obviously, we would want to take on the inferior one first and destroy it, so that they can't bolster the superior one, but I have no idea what's happening here, so I'm sort of inclined to just turtle and see what happens. But that could be a mistake. That's not always the best plan. In this case, though, I think it's going to be. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to probably cut here and come back once I'm redeployed and the enemy's a little bit closer. And we'll see how that goes. Alright, so with my forces more or less in position, the artillery's going to take a while to get there. I'm going to do a little bit of microing with my cavalry here, because this force is apparently much smaller than the other one. Although, interestingly, this guy just sort of teleported, because one of these units over here was originally the warlord and the general.
We're being ambushed!
And, I'm not sure how, but the little star over their head just transported across the map to this guy. So, I guess, that's no longer relevant. I was going to try to kill the general while he was isolated. Oh, there he is. That's one of them. I'm not sure which one's considered the actual general here, but why are you guys just standing there? I just gave you a very specific order. Okay, melee combat, please. Run over here. And then charge in. And the fact that he's flanked by 2 cavalry units should mean that he dies relatively quickly, despite being a better unit than these two. Yeah, he should just get outright slaughtered. Hopefully. And they're completely ignoring him, which is great for us. But they do still have a general over here. Which one is considered the actual general, I can't say. And so this may help us, this may not. But we'll certainly find out, I guess. Down to 95. They should start dying off a little bit quicker, and once he goes, we can abandon that fight. There's no longer any point for us trying to kill them if, the leader is gone. Let's get you guys deployed right there is fine, I guess. And I'm gonna need to be ready with you to open up. You've got some time, actually. Can we speed things up here a little bit? There's another 15 gone. Still no notification about any important deaths, though. Let's see, are they getting into your range? Pretty close. Yeah, any second now. Alright, let's go ahead and open up. Any second there. Come on. Start firing. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to probably rotate these guys out before they even do any significant damage. Go ahead and use your buff as well. Our general's being hit. Crap. These guys are going to get run down. Yeah, I need you to deploy to the back now. That works, I guess. The problem with deploying in a corner like this is it doesn't give you a lot of places to put your archers when they fall back. You guys can use your ability as well. How are we doing over here? I mean, they're definitely killing him. Once they're done with that, I may try to go after this one. Generally, they'll commit their cavalry early because the AI is stupid. So, we'll see if they do that here. I'm going to need to put you guys in the back as well. Something like this. Although, we're going to take a lot of shots in the front because of it. You guys need to be throwing your weapons as fast as you can. Once they engage, we'll charge you through the gaps. You need to be in a defensive testudo as well. Okay, good. We got one of them. So that fight is no longer of any concern to us. Let's have you guys moving this way. Our goal is to either isolate the other general and kill him off in the same manner, or if they leave their archers back, which they tend to do, we'll try to isolate and kill them. Okay, you need to jump on in through here. See, they're so slow with their throwing weapons. I just don't get it. Like, get rid of them. Go, throw them. I don't know what you're holding on to them for. Keep firing, please. Keep firing. I'm gonna need to commit that Legio soon, but I don't know where to commit them. I don't see any good opportunities. Our pikes pretty much dispatch these guys immediately. They're not dying as quickly as I would like, but I think that's because they're fighting the Legio. Let's see. Alright, if they're going to do that, then go ahead and jump on in. Let's see. Where are you guys at? Keep moving. Oh, they charged my cavalry over here. That's kind of annoying. Let's see. You might take a bunch of casualties, but see if you can trap them. Nah, they're gonna retreat. Just as I expected. You're still in Testudo. Oh, crap. Crap, crap, crap. Fall back. That unit's gonna get destroyed. I forgot to take them off of charge. Let's see. You guys... I swear I gave you an order to move. Yeah, we'll see if he decides to join in by himself. Alright, so they are going to hit these two pike units. This one's already taken some considerable damage, actually. Let's shift you over. Come on, work with me here. There's nothing to attack there. Why are you giving me the wrong cursor? Get over there. We'll shift a little bit. And we'll have you charge through the gap into these units. In fact, let's do something like that. Oh, they're starting to fire on us. Why don't you guys just run after them? You're already half dead. At least put some pressure on them or something. You guys can start moving up as well. Oh, our Legio rallied. Nice. You can cover the middle then. Let's see what happens on this side. So yeah, they did commit their cavalry, but we tied up a lot of their archers in a big blob. Ah, here comes the charge. Okay. Let's see. One of you go that way, one of you go this way. There's way too many things happening on this battlefield right now. Alright, so you're fighting there. You guys are holding your ground, but probably taking a lot of range damage. I assume the same is true for you. In fact, given that, let's do something unexpected. Let's push forward a little bit. You know what? That might be ill-advised. Stand your ground. Because you are pikes, if they catch you while you're on the move, that could negate any advantages that we have. So stand your ground. And when they get closer, we're going to countercharge with the Legio. That'll work just as well. Alright, so with them split up, that should allow us to flank him. Legio, go. You guys are going to shift to protect that flank. This Legio can charge as well. Let's send you in on that one. Yeah, that works for me. You're already engaged. Let's get you into the fight over here or something. And you guys just stand your ground there. Alright, so we've got a general sandwich happening on that side. This cavalry unit is dead. Oh god, we set the trees alight. That's not good. That's not good. We're hiding in that forest. Let's see. Why don't you guys push up a bit so you can help out more. Come on, let me deploy my guys. There we go. Yeah, move up, move up. I know it's a bit close, but we gotta make sure you're still in range. So let's see. With that done, why don't you pursue? Let's have you move down the line. Come on. Move it. They have a pike unit as well, but I'm not that concerned about it. I am a bit concerned about this, though. I think we've got the general. But that cavalry unit is probably going to kill both of ours. We'll see how that turns out. You know what? Do me a favor. Get out of your stupid formation and move. Can I get you guys firing on their archers specifically? Except for you guys. I want you firing on the pikes. Come on, let them have it. Let them have it. What are you doing? Fire on them or something. I don't really care. Just use your weapons. Alright. With them dispatched, let's move you guys up slightly. You're just going to keep moving down the line and helping out wherever you can. And I wanted you to pile in on that. How is this going? We're probably going to lose this fight. Bummer. I was gambling on them committing their cavalry, which is what they usually do, but in this case they obviously did not. Let's see, why don't you help out there? You can focus on that unit. You just keep pushing down the line. Let's have you kind of join in over here as well. They're surrounded. Let's have you move up. Try to push through if you can. And I'm going to have you focus your efforts here. You keep firing on them. Yeah, that's good. Come on, just kill the leader. That's all we care about. Not the best use of my cavalry there, but again, it was a gamble. I was hoping that they'd deploy their cavalry early. Generally, they like to charge straight in with it. And they kind of did. They just managed to keep one out of the fight, and that was enough to kind of stall my plans back there. Let's see. Can I get you in... Whoops, not that way. That way. If you march straight into the back of these guys, that should do some pretty good damage. Why don't we do some pikes on pikes over there? You guys can continue to push. I want you firing on them. That unit's gonna fall apart any second. You're out of ammo. Man, those guys have survived a lot of crossbow volleys, I've got to say. I feel like we're missing a unit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, you guys are like overlapped. Got it. Yeah, fire on them as well. Bummer. Why don't you come attack over here then? Let's see. Let's advance you. You guys keep firing. You were supposed to be flanking that unit, not just standing there. Are you guys even fighting these guys? It's kind of hard to tell. You know what? You're never going to get there. Just fall in behind them. Alright, you're moving at least. That is good. What are you shooting at? The crossbows? Yeah, that's fine. Just keep doing it. Let them have it. And what are you firing at? Fire at them. You guys can push up. I thought you were attacking them, but apparently you got flanked by those spears. I think they turned around and tried to follow, or something to that effect. Why don't you go after those crossbows and see if you can displace them a little bit. And spears, make sure that unit doesn't come back. We should have this pretty much wrapped up. I would have liked to be able to kill him before, you know, we had to deal with everything else, but it didn't work out that way. So there wasn't a whole lot we could do, but you know, victory's a victory. We'll take it. Especially since this was not at all the fight we were looking for. Make sure they don't come back. Make them charge straight into a volley of flaming crossbow bolts. Let's see. You're going to hit the slingers. That's fine. You took a very poor angle on that charge. They are effectively dead, so why don't you help out elsewhere? Come on. They're slingers. You should be able to make pretty short work of that. Why don't you go after some of those units? And you guys can deal with that. Let's have you firing there. You guys should probably... Oh, wrong button. You guys should probably be skirmishing at this point. I'll set all of you to that just in case. It might be too late for them at this point. You know what? See if you can intercept them. Or at least mitigate the damage or something. Right, so that just leaves their ranged units. They had a cavalry unit. I don't know what happened to it, but it's no longer there. Oh, you guys actually tied them up. Oh, there's the cavalry unit. Okay. Set up here and fire into them or something. Let's get you there. I want you shooting that general. Pile in on any of these that you can. You should be going after something. I don't care what. Yeah, go after them. See what you guys can do. Pikes, let's keep you back. Just because you don't move particularly well. Actually, they do if we use this, but they're a little bit more susceptible to range damage, so I think I'll leave them out of it. But actually, no. Kill the general. Kill the general. You guys had it right. I had it right the first time, and then I called them off of it. Why don't you jump in on that too? Oh, down he goes, and that's the battle. Now, I don't have any cavalry, so I'm not going to pursue. We'll just end it here. Okay, so that was a close victory. Not nearly as straightforward as the one earlier, but I was battling the enemy and the camera a little bit there. So, let's see how our men did. The spears, not great. That's not their job to get kills, though. They're supposed to be the end caps that make sure that my pike units don't get flanked, which I don't think really happened other than when things got a little bit messy. In terms of kills, the pikes did alright. They all killed more than they lost, although not by a whole lot. They definitely did better in the other battle. But this was definitely playing to the enemy's advantages. They did bring a lot of archers in this fight, and because they had most of the map under their control, I couldn't use my cavalry to effectively deal with those archers as much as I would have liked. They also, I think, had more cavalry than we did. This army was wiped out entirely, or what happened there? It's just skull and crossbones. I think these units are still in play. They just have to replace him. But yeah, they deployed a lot of pretty good cavalry there, and that made it hard for me to, you know, do that as well. How did you guys do? Pretty well, it looks like. Yeah, much better than the other battle, actually. It's like 100 or more for all of them, except for this one that was one short of 100. And the Legio did respectable as always. This unit got wiped out, but that was my fault. I told them to charge after a unit, and when that unit was defeated, I should have called them back. But I didn't, and so they ran out of formation and got slaughtered. But again, that's not on them, that's on me. Cavalry didn't do very well. I could have used them more effectively, but it was difficult in this scenario to use them at all because, again, they had a significant cavalry advantage, they had a significant range advantage, and so I sort of just had to let them come to me and do what they will, or what they would, because I had to play to my, you know, my defensive strengths, because that's all I had. Anyways, we killed about 2/3 of their army, lost a little less than half of our own. We're going to take the replenishment here. We need to get this legion back to Colonia Agrippina as soon as we can, because this is not where we want to be. We're in enemy territory right now. Okay, so I believe this was the legion that we just used. Somehow they lost their general, and we're going to have to replace him. So we have 3 choices, all of which are going to cost us a pretty penny. So we're just going to pick the best trait, I suppose. So logistics expert isn't bad, but he is 37. Alternatively, we have Marcus Appuleius Blasius at 22, and he's a steadfast defender. I'm going to go with him just because he's got age on his side, and steadfast defender is not a bad trait, especially given the legion that he's going to be commanding is more or less going to be on the defensive more often than not. So I think he makes the most sense. Let's see. Several enemies killed in battle. Sopene. Okay, so encouraging descent. That's not what we're looking at here. 2 critical successes, a critical fail, and then an assault. So I think in this case our general was wounded but not killed. But it's difficult to say because the game's never very specific. Oh, great. So Spurius Ambustus was apparently 1 influence short of being able to secure his own political favors. I can't afford to lose any more dominion or control, so I'm going to have to decree this and just take the influence hit. And we may gain some loyalty out of that at least. Oh great, we lost control anyways. Well, that hurts, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I am curious, with us kind of stuck in between here, do I attack you guys, or do I go for the city? What kind of garrison do you have here? Actually a pretty decent one. Again, I want the Franks to take that, and they have really made it difficult, because I don't want to have to control anything east of this river. It's just, you know, it doesn't make any sense. It's not contiguous with any of our other territories. It's more likely to get attacked by our enemies. This is a defensible position, this is not. So I don't want it. I want the Franks to get it and become stronger, because they're already defending that border anyways. If they just push the border a little bit further over, it's not really anything different, and they'll be stronger for it because of the additional income. But they just, they're making it very hard for me. So, let's see. Let's grab some reinforcements, particularly cavalry. Oh, perfect. It's my favorite kind. Yeah, we'll take 2 of them. In fact, scratch that. Get rid of these guys. Oh, I can't disband them because this is in the way. Disband that unit. Actually, no, don't disband that unit. Disband this. No, don't disband them, because we can do this. Combine them with the 2 weakest ones, and those are back to full strength. Then that puts us as the same number of Legio we generally run with. Then we're going to recruit all 3 of these, and that puts us at 4 cavalry units, which is what we normally go with, and it gives me more of my favorite type of cavalry, and that should allow us to make pretty quick work of this group here. Yeah, they're going to flee, and flee toward home, and actually get these Franks involved as well. We're going to crush them with an auto-resolve here. I'm not going to fight this. Although, you'd think this would be more one-sided, considering we have them surrounded. And we could have beaten them easily with just what we had. So we'll auto-resolve in a balanced stance. This should be, again, a very one-sided victory. We'll take the unit replenishment. And I'm hoping that that will allow the Franks to go on the offensive here. Let's see, you just leveled up, so what will help you? In own or allied territory. We're going to be in enemy territory, so that's not going to be immediately useful. We've already recruited the mercenaries, so this doesn't help us. Melee damage for cavalry units could be useful. Construction for the commander's unit. I think this will be helpful. Versus Romans, we're not fighting Romans. Charge bonus for commander. Ranged infantry, maybe? Recruitment costs, we already paid for them, so that doesn't help. Morale for mercenaries wouldn't hurt. All my cavalry is mercenary cav. Do they count as barbarian kingdoms? I don't think so. That's more like the Saxons and the Franks, the Alemans. I don't know that any of the factions were actually fighting against our barbarian kingdoms. The Geats are Northmen or Norse or whatever. And the other factions, I don't know if they're considered part of any of those groups. So that's hard to say. I think we'll do this one, because that's effectively plus 10 morale for all of our cavalry. And then plus 5 for melee infantry recruits. Again, we're already done recruiting. So let's see. Sure, we'll give you that. And then for your skills, I'll take this, and I'll take... these are essentially the same perk for him, because either way he's getting 3 melee defense. Actually, no, this one is objectively better because this is just the entire force. This is only infantry, so I'll go this way. And then, that's about all they can do. I don't have enough movement left to fortify. Let's jump back into our own territory.
Make haste, men.
And I can actually get us into the settlement here, which will boost our replenishment a little bit. So let's do that. Now, I have a ton of money to spend, so we'll need to take care of that. But let me see where we're at on time. And it would appear that we are very much at the end of the episode. I've actually been recording for an hour and 20 minutes, although it hasn't felt like it. So I'm going to end the episode here. I will, again, spend all of our money on upgrades and whatnot. If there's anything significant, I will, of course, fill you guys in, such as, building up a specific army or something. But otherwise, we'll pick back up with the rest of this turn and army movements and appointments and stuff like that in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next one.